A long stretch of severe weather is ahead, starting with Thursday this week. I think we see energy values increase in the atmosphere, and this will set the stage for our severe weather. This is your energy values, and the green is the highest, and I think it will mainly sit, given all the ingredients, west of the Oklahoma City metro, and this just shows you even more. We do not have a lot of energy in the atmosphere. That is a concern. It's going to be a conditional threat. And this is our surface based energy, it is capped off. So that means we do see warm air aloft, and that should inhibit convection. That means storms may not fire, they may fire. And so this is your dry line setting up across the Texas Panhandle into the Oklahoma Panhandle. This will set the stage for severe weather. I don't think Thursday could be a very major day. I think it will be a very low-key, minor day. And overall, we just don't have enough in the atmosphere. This would be your wind speeds. And look in the air, it's just a hole in the air. There's really not much going on in Oklahoma. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this. Again, this is still 2 days out, so things could change. But as it sits right now, I do think that Thursday is the lowest ceiling out of the long stretch that we do have ahead. As we move into Friday, there is that existing jet streak from Thursday. This will be, again, it will be weak, but we will have more ingredients, and we're going to go over that. Here is your energy values. This would be the peak time. This is going to be around Friday evening. So this would be Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and this sits in the pretty high CAPE values. That means there is more energy in the air, and that will help storms fire up and stay alive. And the difference really here is the wind shear. So they have just about the same energy. You're always going to have that kind of energy. We're in Oklahoma. But the wind, it's just a little stronger on Friday than it is Thursday, as it looks right now. But again, this is closer to the surface. It's capped up. There's going to be a cap that exists, and if storms can break through this cap, that means we could have large hail, damaging winds, and a tornado threat exists in this. So this is your dew point. Again, this would be your dry line. So it sets up for much of Oklahoma. Western and central Oklahoma is under the gun again for this. And as we get farther into the evening, it only gets sharper. Only gets sharper. So that means storms could go up and they could spin, but it's going to be all about the cap, whether there is that warm air aloft. So, again, we still have multiple days. We have 3-4 days in between these. From now to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That is our major days. We have a lot of time to figure this out. And again, we might see storms fire, we might not. It's all about the cap, and that's what Oklahoma weather has pretty much depended on for a while. So, again, we got the dew points, we got the energy, we got the wind, but what is the cap going to be like? Is it going to stop storms from forming? We're going to figure that out. And finally, we move into Saturday. Saturday is the day that has my eyes. Everything is coming together. The wind is going to be a little bit stronger. And again, everything is coming together. We got more wind shear. There still is a cap. Now, whether the cap breaks or not, I think we will still see storms. It's a matter of how many storms. This is your jet stream again. This is for Saturday, and notice how it bumps up right there. In this western corridor of Oklahoma, I'm thinking the I-35 corridor, that is where we do see the highest potential for severe weather. It's a very narrow corridor for significant severe weather. So we're going to continue to narrow these things down. It could get larger, it could get smaller. So we still have a ton of time to figure this out. And again, watch it shoot up right there. That is what we call a trough ejection. This is a very small trough. So again, this isn't going to lead to a severe weather outbreak. So that means this little trough ejection, it gives the storms a boost. The wind is going up and the storms are going up. Everything is coming together at this time. If we go to our dew point, again, as that shoots up, so do the dew points. They all surge north. It gets warmer, it gets more unstable. Everything surges north. So with the Cape values, this is our energy. It surges north. It's lingering south. It kicks in, it surges north. So this is the day that has my eyes in the I-35 corridor from the Oklahoma City Metro, from south, north, and western Oklahoma City Metro, west into Lawton, Elk City, Woodward. I think that's where our highest coverage for severe weather will be. So, I've been saying cap a lot. I've been saying there's a cap, there can be a cap, there's warm air up, and this is what it looks like from my perspective. So, when you go up, the air is supposed to get cooler, but then there's that dip backwards. That's where your warm air is aloft. These are two weather soundings. This is what I look at. And what is a cap? Temperature typically decreases with height, so the air can rise, it can reach the unstable air. And when we have a cap, we call this a capping inversion. And that's where when you go up, there is a nose. There is warm air higher up, as it shows you 85 degrees, 65 degrees, and then there's a 70-degree mark. So that means there is a layer of warm air that is sitting right up, and when it's like that, your air can't reach all the way up to get your unstable air. So when I say there's a cap, that means there is a chance for severe weather. That's only if the air can reach the unstable air. They need to mix. And again, with a cap, it stops them from mixing. So overall, Thursday, I have a low threat for severe weather. If any severe storms, it could be scattered. I think it will go from Alva to Enid to Oklahoma City to Norman to Woodward. I think that is the corridor. If we were to see a severe storm, I think that's where we would find one. I think that there could be large hail, damaging winds, maybe a brief tornado. Maybe. I don't think we will see one, but again, this weather can change quickly and ingredients could come together. And on Friday, there is a narrow corridor from Lawton to Ardmore to Shawnee to Ponca City to Enid. That is another corridor for severe weather. I think, again, it is a low overall. I think maybe a brief tornado. I think maybe some small hail, maybe up to the size of quarters. But I think the main threat on Friday will be damaging winds. And on Saturday, there is, I think, the highest threat for severe weather would be ranging from Enid to Oklahoma City to Lawton. And where this is setting up, this is where all the ingredients are coming together. So, will we see severe weather? It is not a guarantee if you are in the moderate, will you see severe weather. But that is showing you the level of which you would see severe weather. Not everyone's going to see severe weather, but this is telling you If you were to see some, what is the ceiling? So, again, we're going to continue to watch these trends. On Saturday, I do think it's large hail, damaging winds, and a existing tornado threat. Maybe a strong tornado or two. It's coming together, and we're going to continue to watch this. We're going to continue to monitor it, and I will be the first person to give you an update.